What's up, guys? We're out here in the shop. Right now we are starting to do some work to the boost knuckle. I wasn't planning on getting to this just yet, but for some reason I've just decided to bite the bullet and take the truck apart. Kind of sucks. Since it's just now springtime and it would have been a good time to start driving it and really putting some miles on it. But I figured, you know, I might as well start on it now since the, you know, the weather's been pretty good. It's been in the 70s where we've had some days drop down in the 50s. But when summer really hits and the heat really starts to come, it gets really hot in the garage. So I kind of felt like if I didn't start on it now, I probably wouldn't do a whole lot in the mid, you know, in the heat of the summer. So I figured I might as well start on it, get it ripped apart. You know, I got some parts to buy for it to be able to put the motor in the truck. I'm kind of torn because I needed, with this new motor and the turbo and stuff, I'm going to need a new torque converter. You know, because right now it's just got a stock Turbo 400, you know, torque converter in it. I have no idea. I don't know anything about this transmission. I actually stuck it in the truck kind of on a whim, more or less just to mock it up in the truck when I put it together with this 5.3, and then it's just stayed in there the whole time. So I bought it from some guy that's sitting in his shed, I don't know how many years, and I kind of bought it unknown, assuming I was gonna have to rebuild it. And it's been a really good transmission, but you know, with the power this thing's gonna make, I need to pull it and, you know, put a new valve body and stuff in it, something that's, you know, a little more race bred, you know, valve body and, you know, shift kit and all that stuff in it. And you know, like I said, it needs a torque converter for a turbo. And so it's kind of, you know, there's some big dollar items there that's going to slow me down, but I actually started doing some mock-up with the turbo, which I posted some pictures on Instagram and Facebook and stuff. But so I started doing some mock-up with the turbo kit and all that here the other day, and I got my Fowler Speed and Performance turbo manifold here, and I actually had to modify the back side of this because for the S10 chassis, I don't know if you can see this, let me turn this on a bit. For the S10 chassis, this kind of 45-degree angle down, it actually hit the upper control arm. If you had a stock upper control arm, it hits it. You know, if I had tubular arms or something on it, it'd probably been all right. But I basically cut it and reclocked it, and it gave me you know, probably about 1/4 of an inch worth of clearance. So I got that modified and all that, and then I test fitted the turbo on it, and the turbo actually clears the hood, so I don't have to cut a hole in the hood or anything like that. So that's pretty cool. You know, unless I want to build like a, you know, an inlet or something for the turbo, something kind of cool off of it. You know, I could cut it up then, but I don't have a need to cut it up if I don't want to. Excuse me. But yeah, so anyways, I got the truck in the garage the other day, and I kind of talked myself out of swapping the motor and stuff in it, and I was like, oh, I'll wait a little while, and I went ahead and test fitted the intake on it and stuff too, so I ended up pulling the blower off of it and all that. So once I got that far, I was just like, well, I'm already here. I've already got the, you know, the exhaust manifolds off of it. I've got the blower off of it, you know, a bunch of wiring and stuff undone. I said, at this point, you know, I'm a dozen bolts away from pulling this motor out, so I just said the heck with it. But I'll show you how far along I am actually. So I pulled the front end off of it. The front end actually comes off this truck pretty easy. It's just a matter of, I think, 2, 3, you know, like 6 or 7 bolts on the front end, and the nose comes off of it pretty easy. And the way I built it, you know, the radiator comes off with it. So everything's kind of, it's one piece, which makes it a lot easier to, you know, come on and off with it whenever you're test fitting stuff. This is going to stay. I think I'm actually going to plumb my intercooler piping through this little deal here I built that was kind of my cold air. I think I'm going to save that, and I'll plumb my intercooler piping and stuff into this. Here's a little spot I had to notch for the turbo compressor housing was hitting it. I'm going to try and trim it up a little bit and make it look a little better, just to give myself a little bit of wiggle room there. But anyways, you can see I've test fitted the Edelbrock intake on it. And another thing I've realized, I'm not going to have a whole lot of room for the exhaust. So I think I'm actually going to have to route the exhaust, because obviously the turbo is going to be up like here. So I'm going to have to route it down, and I think I am going to probably try and kick it out the fender. I didn't really want to, you know, but it's going to be kind of weird. It's something I'm going to have to play around with. You know, with this body and the way it sits on the frame, it kind of limits me on a lot of things. But as far as the crossover pipe and stuff goes, it'll pretty much take the same path as the factory, you know, or the exhaust that I originally built for it. So that'll all be good. But it doesn't give me any room to say run like because this is 4-inch, so it's not going to give me enough room to run 4-inch anywhere. And I'd rather not cut on the body any more than I have to. But, you know, it kind of is what it is, I guess. We are going to have to redo the fuel system, so it's going to need bigger fuel lines, bigger injectors, torque converter. Like I said, it's going to need a new rear end, but for the time being, I think I'll probably try and just use this rear end for a little while, because I don't plan on really turning it up as soon as I get it put together. My plan is to just, you know, put it on the gate, maybe like, you know, 6 or 8 pounds, and just kind of break it in that way, get some miles on it, you know, work out all the kinks from, you know, a new motor build and stuff. But as of right now, I pretty much just got to unbolt the bell housing, the torque converter, motor mounts, and pull the wiring loom off that motor, and then I can pull the Phytech and stuff out of it, because it's getting the new Holley Terminator X. But I'm pretty pumped, you know. Everybody's like, why are you tearing apart a perfectly good truck? And I have no explanation other than just natural progression. You know, the truck was really good how it was. It made pretty good power, and I wanted to take it to the track and see what it would do numbers wise, and I went a couple times, never got anything good out of it, and that was why I put that shifter in it and stuff. And I was planning on taking it kind of in the spring and making a couple track passes and stuff, but there was some safety stuff that I hadn't put on the truck yet that it needed. And at that point I was just like, you know what, I know it's fast as it is. I don't really need to know how fast it actually is with this motor set up in it. So I just said the heck with it. You know, I'm just going to break down and start pulling it apart. So anyways, that's kind of it. This was more or less just a rundown video, just to kind of show you guys what's in store for the truck, and that I'm making progress on it. And it might take me a little while, like I said, because there's some big money items to buy for this thing, but we're going to get there sooner or later, and you guys are coming along for the ride. So anyways, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, you know, and all that good stuff, and we will see you guys later.